And before we go any further, I just want us to talk about the traits ambitious people have, because that's going to maybe help you to know that they're not out of the ordinary. There are normal things that other people possess or other people fight to possess in their lives in order to get to where they want. Now, one of the most important things, and which might sound as cliche, but the most important thing is ambitious people have a goal. They have a goal. They have actually set a goal for themselves. And they have said, this is what I want. I want to earn this kind of money. I think we have gone through goal setting, we have gone through segmentation, we have gone through visualization together, and if you have not done that, then check out some of my content on YouTube or some of the videos on YouTube, and you will find that, I mean, there is a lot that you can do. You can set your goals, you can segment, you can segment them, you can visualize them, and you can work towards them. And they don't have to be too ambiguous. You can break them down and say that this month, in 2 months' time, in 5 months' time, if by the end of the year, this is the kind of money I want to be earning, I'm not going to skip from where I am to that kind of money. But I can spread it over and say, in the next 6 months, okay, in the next 6 months, can I be able to have increments in 2 months levels that, you know what, I have skipped from where I am, I have jumped from where I am or moved from where I am to the next. If in 6 months I want to be earning, I'm just giving an example, every month you want to be earning, let me just give a random example, 6 millions. I'll just give that as a random example. And so you say, okay, so in the increments of 2 months, how much can I increase my income? And what can I do to increase that income? Some of us set goals without clearly understanding how we are going to achieve them. So you set a goal and say, I want to earn 6 millions. I want to earn 20 millions. I want to earn 50 millions, whatever your goal is. Now you have set it. It's so ambiguous and you've not broken it down. No segments. You have not visualized and you have not laid down the ways to get to that money. And you are here praying. I think sometimes we disturb God so much. Yes, I know God is there to be disturbed, or God is there for us to approach him anytime. But sometimes I'm thinking, he's thinking, there are better ways to do this. You can't just dream of an ambiguous goal and just place it on table. I know that miracles happen, but I'm not going to drop 20 millions from heavens so that you can earn a salary of 20 millions. If you have not increased your productivity, if you have not grown your ambition, if you have not bettered your results even at your workplace, I'm not going to just whisper in your boss's ear and say, please give so-and-so 20 millions a month. No. I'm not going to say starting next month. No. That means we have a lot of authority. We have a lot of power to program and plan for our lives and even give God a starting point to bless us. Because if he says he's going to bless the works of our hands, what is he going to bless while you're sleeping? What is he going to bless while you are rumor mongering and gossiping? What is he going to bless while you are seated and you lack motivation, you lack ambition, and you're just saying, I'm throwing everything and all my cares to God? That's not going to happen. He has placed the choices in your hands. And I think we have talked about choices. We ran a series about choices and decision making. If you have not seen those, go back to my YouTube channel and make sure that you watch the series on decision making and choices. Because it is important that you choose. It is important that you decide. It's important that you take matters into your hands and say, I'm going to be responsible and I'm going to program my life going forward. So, ambitious people, they set goals. They set goals and they set smart goals. Okay? It might sound like a cliche, but if you don't have any goals, you have nothing to run towards. But if you have a goalpost, then you can dribble the ball to the goalpost. But for as long as you don't have a goalpost, when will you know that you've scored? When will you know that you have achieved something? You will never know, okay? So I want us to go back and be able to take so serious. And it doesn't have to be at the beginning of the year. It doesn't have to be at the beginning of the first quarter. Even when I say that myself, I set new beginnings. That is another secret that has really, really helped me. For example, in the month of May, I usually, I take it out to be the beginning of my year. So I actually set goals. I mimic the freshness. So I bring that freshness everywhere. I can actually randomly say, I am starting my freshness in June. Maybe I've gone through lack of motivation, that happens to everyone, even me. Lack of ambition somewhere, I have dropped the ball somewhere, and I'm like, you know what, come the 1st of June. Or I will say, come Monday, I'm actually resetting myself and I'm doing this afresh. So that mimicking of freshness for me actually activates my ambition, it activates my motivation, and it activates my passion. I have just learned to reset my timelines according to myself. I'm not going to move according to everyone else's timelines. So you can decide and say, you know what, next week, my freshness begins, and I'm going to set these goals, and I'm going to segment them, and I'm going to visualize, and I'm going to pursue them, and I'm going to reactivate my ambition, my motivation, and I'm going to perform way better than I have ever thought, okay? Now, some of us, the other trait I can think about is risk-taking, okay? Risk-taking. Some of us just love easy things. We love, things that come on a silver platter. We don't want to take risks. If something involves a risk, we run away from it because we're like, I don't understand it. I don't know whether I can sustain it. I don't know whether I can go fully with it. But everything has a risk to it. So, and ambition is one of them. And even you moving out of your house, or even you just staying in that house that you stay in, is a risk, because the roof can fall over your head, or you can be moving and anything happens. So that means that we live a risky life, whether we want it or not, whether we recognize it or not, whether we know it or we don't. Okay? So that means that ignorance is not bliss. So if you know that in order for me to earn, I have to invest, we would have waited and said, I just want to get a job where I am just getting and gathering every end of month. And guess what? Every boss around this time and every employer around this town is going to be taking care of themselves. So that means they are not going to give you what is enough for you. Some of you are waiting to earn enough from your job. There is no money that will ever be enough, because your employer will never make you rich. They will never give you enough. So if you're thinking, they're not giving me enough, so I'm going to move from this job and get another job, go and try, because chances are they're not going to give you enough. So that means, according to your ambition, according to your drive and your passion and what you want in life, is when you learn and say that my salary is not enough. I need something more. That does not mean I'm going to walk away from the job market. No, I might as well do my job, but do something else that in form of a side hustle that can be able to channel some money from me. I can be able to create multiple streams of income. Okay? So, and multiple streams of income takes risk. Okay, so that means you're going to invest the money that you earn from your job. You're going to get that money and be able to invest it somewhere. And sometimes you don't know whether it's going to pan out the way you planned or not. That means it involves a lot of risks. That means that you can lose all that money. But again, if you never risk, you never gain. So the people that are ambitious, they risk. When they buy, because I'm into real estate, you buy property, you flip it, not knowing where the market is going to end, because the property market has seasons also. So sometimes you flip it and then you land in a season that is not that good and you have to wait, or sometimes you have to make the calculations and say, okay, I anticipated this much profit, but I know I'm not going to get it in this season, but I might as well do away with this property so that I can prepare for a better season. Now, ambitious people are risk takers. And the more risks they take, the more they gain. Okay? So if you take a lesser risk, you gain little. If you take more risks, then you gain more. You've seen people that do gambling. The more they place, the more they They get, I'm not saying go gambling, no. But life is a gamble sometimes. And ambitious people know that. And they implement it and they go ahead and actually do it. So I want you to look at these traits and know that these are things that anyone can actually choose to do, can decide to do. But the most important one, all of them are important, but the people that you surround yourself with. If you surround yourself with people who lack motivation, who lack ambition, let me tell you, you are done. You are done. Because it matters who you rub shoulders with. It matters who is in your circle. It matters, are they the kind of people that challenge you to be better? Are they the kind of people that are ambitious? Because when you look at Tom and they are doing well for themselves, you look at Harry, they are growing. You look at Henry, they are succeeding. You look at Ben, they are, growing. Now you are challenged. You feel like, I don't want to be left behind. So that means you will ask from Harry, well, what did you do to get here? You will ask from whoever it is. You will ask, you will find out. Or you will start mimicking them. You will start, involving them. You will start inquiring from them. So it matters who is in your circle. If your circle does not challenge you to be more ambitious, the good ambition, then you are in a wrong circle. Get yourself a new circle. And because so many people have grown up with the lack of ambition. So many people. And this goes to respond to my friend, because by the time you see yourself approaching 40, but you are not seeing yourself proceeding in life, and you've said you've tried everything in your corner, that means, actually, by you saying you've tried everything in your corner, we will dissect that a little bit, but sometimes our lack of ambition comes from where we were brought up from. And I want us to slide there when we come back from this break, because I know so many of us have been brought up by guardians and parents that lack ambition, and automatically we have taken on those habits thinking it's the only way of surviving. So we are living in a survival mode, in a sinking mode, and we are not thriving a lot. Why? Because the people that brought us up, and we are not able to break free from that. So we're coming back to that. Don't go away.